Hello everyone, this is Alex, and welcome to my first tutorial for one of my pieces that I wrote. This is a tutorial for Nocturne number 1 in C minor. And before I get started, a lot of people have asked me before, like, why I don't name a lot of my pieces something like really fun, like why isn't it called like Moonlight Walk or like, Night in the Woods or something like that. And I think that not putting a name on my pieces gives them more freedom because different people have different mental images when they listen to my music, and some people have none at all. And I think that music is powerful by itself and doesn't really need a name attached onto it. So that's why. If you want to give it a name for yourself, feel free to, but I don't usually give them names. So with that in mind, here's the entire piece. Just really quick, so you can hear how it sounds again. Yeah, so it's pretty short. I could make it longer, but I usually just make, for the most part, like pretty short pieces, which works really well for TikTok. Just really short little ideas. And then when I play them, I'll often improvise with them and play with them for a very long time. So feel free to do that if you want to. So for the very beginning of this piece, let's start with the left hand first, because the left hand in this piece is pretty easy, and it's where I started when I wrote this piece. So what we're going to do is first, we'll build this chord up from middle C. So it's going to be a C minor add 9, like this. So that's C, D, E flat, and G. And you just kind of repeat that. And after you play that chord 4 times, then you're going to go ahead and you're just going to change the bottom note to a B natural, like this. See that? And you're also going to play that 4 times, so it would be like this. And throughout this piece, you'll notice that the only note that changes for these chords is the bottom note. So first it's C, then it's B, and then you're going to do 4 times with B flat, like this. Again, keeping these 3 notes the same, only changing this one. And then after you do 4 here, then you're going to switch this bottom finger to A. And then one more time, you're going to keep these 3 the same and switch this to A flat now. And then here's the only part of the piece where this pattern changes. Instead of just moving this down to G and playing that, you're going to play a G7 like this. G, B, D, F. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to play low C, followed by this 3 times, the first chord. And then the piece ends with a low octave down here. Low C, slightly less low C. Okay, so the whole left hand then goes like this. Not too complicated at all. So now let's look at the right hand for this piece. So the melody is going to start here, on the G above middle C, and then we'll go G, C, D, E flat. And that's the very first. And you start the left hand when you press E flat with your right hand, like this. Like that. So after this, then we're going to go to the G above, and we're going to play this. Now let me slow that down just a bit. So what this is G, F, G, F, E flat, D, like that. And then D, E flat, B natural. So again, in slow motion. Like that. And then you're going to repeat the pattern just with different notes, like this. So G, B, C, D this time. And then you're going to do the same little trick up here, a mordant, I believe. It might be a reverse mordant. This time you're going to go G, B, C, D, and then F, E flat, F, E flat, and then D, C, D, A. So I'll play that a little faster. Like that. And then we're going to repeat the pattern one more time now, just like this. F, A, B flat, and then you're going to turn over to C, like that. So F, A, B flat, C. And then here sounds a little complicated, but really isn't too bad. You're going to go E flat, G, A flat, cross, C, E flat, G, A flat, C, and then B. So here's that whole sequence slow. Just like that. One more time. And then this part also sounds really complicated, but really isn't bad at all. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do a little ornamentation here by doing G, A flat, B flat, A flat, G. All right, so again, after you go, then you're going to do that. And then after this, it's just a C natural minor scale all the way down. So really slow, it's going to look like this. And that's it for the right hand. So here's what it sounds like in tempo for the right hand. So the thing with that very last scale is that you just kind of have to play it as fast as you can and get to the bottom right as you press the low C with your left hand. Just like that. And then you finish off with the right hand in octaves on the C below middle C and middle C. Like that. Just big octaves on C with both your hands. So now, timing both your hands. Let me play slowly with both hands to show you where everything should go. So remember, you'll start playing your left hand right when you play E flat with your right hand, like this. Just like that. So there are only two more things to mention with this piece. One is you might have noticed that when I play, that it's not stopping like this. It's kind of carrying through. And that's because I'm holding the pedal down. And if you haven't used a sustain pedal before, and you have like a keyboard, they're really, really cheap to buy online. I think the first one I ever got was like maybe $15, $20, and it just plugs right into your keyboard. Or you can use the one that you have on your real piano. And if you're pretty inexperienced and sustain pedals are hard for you, then what you can do is just hold it down the entire time. And it will sound a little muddy, but it'll mostly get the effect that you want, like this. Like that. But what I do when I play this is I change the pedal by lifting it up and then down again every single time I change chords in my left hand. So that would be like this. Change. 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 Like that. Okay, and then the only other thing to mention is that because this is a nocturne, I based it a lot off of how a lot of Chopin's work feels and sounds. And Chopin's use of rubato, which just means kind of like making the tempo more elastic and not like sticking to it so rigidly. So kind of slowing down in some parts, speeding up in others. And the way he often did it was by keeping the left hand steady, but by making the melody flow back and forth with tempo a bit more. So not doing rubato at all would sound like this. It's not bad, but it's just, it's a little less flowy. You'll listen. So you can see it's just kind of, it feels a little more march-like, which is totally fine. If you want to play it like that, you can. But if you want to play it how I play it, then you're only going to use rubato in your right hand. And it'll sound kind of like this. So as you can hear, there's like a little bit more push and pull with the tempo in the right hand. And it doesn't necessarily need to be that obvious. I did it that obvious so you could hear the difference. But more subtle is typically what I do when I perform this piece. So that's the entire Nocturne. If you learn it and want to like post it or show it off, then like definitely let me know. I would love to see what you all pull off and what you're able to do, and what your interpretations of this piece look like, because everyone's might be different. So thank you so much, and until next time, goodbye.